जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना।
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना।
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhav Madhav Shri Radhe.
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana.
Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Subhadrama Jaya Sudarshana.
Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you who have come here for this Saturday evening rice session, right? What is rice? Great. So today we'll be discussing something from the Bhagavad Gita. Before we discuss anything spiritual, we start our session. We generally do invocations. We generally have auspicious invocation, chant some mantras, and then we begin. So I will chant few mantras. You can please repeat after me. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So welcome all of you for this Saturday evening session. In Sanatan Dharma, we have many Vedic literatures which discusses about the real goal of this life. One such literature is called Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. How many of you have heard of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana? Few of you, yes. Most of you, I think. Very famous. You see, the Moola or the root of Sanatan Dharma comes from the Vedas. We all discussed that, I think, in previous classes also, right? The Vedas describe all the knowledge that is there in this world. Veda itself means, in Sanskrit, it means to know. It comes from the root word vid, and vid is defined as vidgyane. It means to know. Therefore, Vedas contain knowledge. What kind of knowledge? All kinds of knowledge. From material to spiritual. Everything is contained in the Vedas. Who wrote Vedas? Anybody knows who wrote Vedas? Vyasadeva wrote the Vedas. Actually, the Vedas come from the nostril of Mahavishnu. It is his swasa. It is his breathing. The breathing itself is the Vedas. And that was written by Sri Vyasadeva. When Vyasadeva wrote the Vedas, at the end of writing the entire Vedas, he wrote one book which is called Vedanta. What is it called? It comes in the form of a sutra. It is like a formula book. So he has written the entire Vedas, and at the end he writes Vedanta. This is called Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra, written by Sri Vyasadeva. Sutra means formulas. These are very small sutras, formulas written by Vyasadeva. This is called Vedanta. And then after writing Vedanta, see, Anta means end and Veda means knowledge. So this is end of knowledge. That means this is the last book that Vedavyas is writing. He's concluding his entire teachings that he has given in the Vedas, that he is given in the Vedanta. After writing Vedanta, because he understood that this Vedanta cannot be very easily understood, he wrote one more book to explain this Vedanta. This is called Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. What is it called? Yes, this is Mahapurana. This is explaining the Vedanta. So in this Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana, in one of the verse, it is said, Labdhva sudhurlabhamidam bahu sambhavante manusyamarthadamanityamapiha dhira turnam yatetna patetanu mrityu yavat nishreyashaya vishayah khalu sarvatah syad. This is a verse which is written in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana, and it talks about us as human beings. He says, Vedavyasa in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana says, Labdhva sudurlabhamidam bahu sambhavante. Having obtained this human form of life, Labdhva. What kind of this human form of life? What kind this human form of life is considered sudurlabham. Durlabha means what? Rare. Sudurlabha means sushtu durlabha. That means rarest of all. So he says, having obtained this human form of life, which is very, very rare to be obtained, what one should do? Labdhva sudurlabham idam bahusambhavante. One gets this human form of life after many, many births. We all know, according to the Sanatan Dharma principle, you will know that we are all not this body. We are what? We are Atman. We are spirit, soul. We all know this, right? And this Atma goes through different bodies. How many kinds of bodies it can take? It can take 8,400,000 species of life. This is the kind of body. One can get, the Atma can get the body of an ant. It can get the body of an elephant. It can get the body of a lion. It can get the body of amoeba. So there are so many life forms that are existing in this world. You all can see. Do you all see one feature in all the life? That is consciousness. Do you all see that? You will see that even in an ant there is consciousness. Even in an elephant there is consciousness. What is the difference between lifeless thing and a lifeful thing? It is consciousness. If you pinch, it will feel the pain. Anything which has consciousness will feel the pain. It will feel the pleasure. You will find that even animals feel pain and pleasure. So there are 84 lakh species of life that are present in this earth, right? And one soul can get any such life. It is possible. The soul is present in human form of body. It can be present in any form of body. So the soul can take any form. He says that after many, many births, going through different species of life, one gets this human form of life. Is this human form of life special? It is. It is special from all the other forms of life because here you can think. The animals cannot think. The animals cannot question. But this human form of life, one can question. And therefore, this human form of life is considered very, very rare. Labdhva sudurlabhamidam bahusambhavante. After many, many births, one attains this human form of body. What one should do after attaining that? Manushyam arthadam anityam apiha dhira. He says this human form of life is arthadam. What is the meaning of artha? Artha generally means money. But artha means different things. In Sanatan Dharma, there are 4 purusharthas. Anybody knows what are the 4 purusharthas in Sanatan Dharma? Dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So he says this human form of life can award all these 4 purusharthas. Have you ever seen any animal going to the temple and performing some dharmic activity? No. Have you ever seen any animal going to Infosys and earning some money? Dharma, artha, and kama and moksha. Even kama means there are many desires that a human person has. One can fulfill those desires, but at the end, the real success, the real goal of this human form of life, according to the Sanatan Dharma principle, is to attain moksha. It is to attain liberation. Why liberation? We will discuss that. So here he says, after attaining this human form of life, after many, many births, this form of body, human form, can award purusharthas. Manushyam arthadam anityam. But there is a problem with this body. The problem is that it is anitya. It is not nitya. It is not eternal. For how many years a person can actually hold his body? For how many years can one live in this body? At max, 100 years. Maybe few people live for 120, right? Very few, very rare. Most of us might live for 80, 90, maybe 100. Some of you who are very healthy go to gym every day. So manushyam arthadam anityam. There is a problem. Although this body can award the success of human form of life, it is anitya. It is not nitya. Dhira, and therefore a person who is Dhira. Dhira means intelligent. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai. Lakshmi Nrsimha Dev Bhagwan ki jai. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. So, coming back, a dhira means a person who is very intelligent. What one should do? Bhagavatam says, Turnam yatet napatet anumrityu yavat. A person should very quickly, Turnam yatet, one should do yatna. One should endeavor in this human form of life. Napatet anumrityu yavat. Till the time one gets closer to death. Before one gets closer to death, person, a human form of body, should endeavor very hard. For what? Nishreyashaya vishayah khalu sarvatah syat. One should endeavor to attain liberation in this human form of life. To attain moksha, one should endeavor. Because other things can be obtained in every other body. So this is Bhagavatam. You see, Bhagavatam says, the Vedas say that this human form of life is very rare, and once we attain this human form of life, we should endeavor for liberation. This is the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we had discussed that there are 4 Purusharthas. Purushartha means 4 things that a human being attains after getting this body. One is dharma, another is artha, third is kama, and fourth is moksha. So you see, these are all 4 requirements of this human form of life. Everybody has some desire to perform some religious activity, and that's why all the pious people have come here to perform some religious activity, to sit down and listen to the message of Bhagavad Gita, to take darshan of the Lordship. This is dharma, right? Then everybody has some desire to get some artha, because without artha, without money, you cannot survive. You have to feed yourself, feed your belly, feed your parents, feed your kids if you have. Most of you, I think, are not married, right? So if you have family you want to feed, so you need artha. And then you also have some desire. We all have some desire to gratify our senses, that we want to enjoy. This is the main purpose, right? We all want to enjoy. We want to see beautiful things, hear beautiful songs, taste beautiful food, nice, delicious food. You will have it after. No, some of you are getting excited. so we want to taste nice, delicious food. This is called kama. And we also want to have companionship in life. We want to have wife, have kids, have our own family. This is called kama. So, and the last one is called moksha. Moksha means liberation. Liberation, why? What is the meaning of liberation? Anybody knows? In English or in Sanskrit or in Hindi, what is the meaning of liberation? In Telugu, what do you call moksha? Moksha only. What is the understanding of moksha? Anybody understands? What is the meaning of moksha? Moksha means to no rebirth. Yes, very nice. Moksha means in general, liberation means to get free. Why are we talking about getting free? Are we not free? Is anybody putting us in jail right now? Are we not free? We are all free, right? We are all free? No. The Sanatan Dharma says that we are not free. We are bound. And we are bound by karmas. Every time, you see, we might feel that we are free, but we are actually not. When you go to office, even if you don't want to perform some job, your boss is going to put some deadline, finish this up, otherwise you are going to lose your job. Isn't that going to happen? So are you free at that time? So when you are working in office, can you go to sleep at any point of time? I am free, I'll just go and take rest. Can you do that? Can you miss your meetings? No, you cannot miss your meeting. So every time you will find that you are not free. From birth till death, if you analyze human form of life is not free. Did you have any choice where you will take birth? Which mother? Did you choose? Any one of you chose your mother to take birth? I will take birth here. If only we had choice. Ambani's family, huh? So much struggle in Infosys here. No struggle at all. If only we could choose and we were free to choose, we could have chosen a very easy going life. But we cannot choose. So at birth, are we free? No, we are not. Somebody has to do some surgery, the doctor has to help the mother, and somehow or other, even at birth, to show the bondage, the Lord shows that how every living entity, God shows how every living entity is bound. The child is bound to the mother by the umbilical cord, right? This is bondage. The bondage begins at the time of birth. And then, as soon as you take birth, are you free? After birth also, if the child goes through some suffering, if maybe some insect is biting a child, can the child cry out and tell the mother that no, some insect is biting me, please help me? Can the child say? No, the child can only cry. The mother thinks maybe he is hungry. The mother brings some milk and feeds the child, and still the child is crying, not understanding that why the child is crying. He has some issue in his stomach, and because of which he is crying, but the mother cannot know. So you see, even when as a small child, we are not free. When we grow up till the age of 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nowadays, at 3 only people are sending children to school. So the child doesn't want to go to the school, but still he is forced to go to school. He has to learn. Are we free at that time? We are not free at that time. We are not free at that time. And then once you get a job, you do your engineering, you get a job, and then you will realize that, oh, I am actually not free. Our bosses, there are so many bosses above us, and we have to meet the deadline. Otherwise, how will we earn? So many things are there. So you see, human form of life is completely bound. We are forced to do some things which we don't want to do. In this also, you will find that sometimes we get diseases, sometimes we get hospitalized, sometimes because out of nowhere, some coronavirus, some dengue comes out of nowhere. We don't know which mosquito bit us, and then suddenly we are in hospital. So are we free in hospital? Are we free to choose diseases? No, I should not get this one. Fever is fine. I don't want dengue. Can you choose it? No. So there is suffering every place. This is the world. This is the design of this world. We are not free. And therefore, Sanatan Dharma teaches us that the soul which is bound in this body, which goes through all this, all the experiences over life, from birth till death, you get old age. Now, some of you might be turning 30. Some of you might turn 40. And then you will turn 50. These black hairs will turn grey. Are you free? Maybe some, paint you can put over your hairs and make yourself look young. But how long can you make yourself look young? No. So if you analyze very carefully, Sanatan Dharma teaches us that at no point of time in our lives we are free. We are forced to go through certain situations in our lives. Do you all agree? Please raise your hand if you all agree. Yes, I hope you all agree. We are on the same page. So, in this human form of life, we are forced to go through situation. We don't want old age, we are forced to become old. We don't want to get birth in a poor family, but then we are forced to get birth in some poor family or some family. Maybe some of you might be rich, but not everyone is rich. We don't choose that. We don't choose our diseases. And at the end of life, everybody has to go through that one experience. What is that one experience? Death. As sure as death. You see, death nobody can avoid. And nobody knows when is that going to come. Can anybody clearly say that I will live till 80? Maybe 60? 100? 40? Today? No. We don't even know if we'll live today. If we will cross this night. I'm not going to scare you up. Please don't worry. Suddenly you all get scared. My God, am I going to live till today or not? So the point which I am making is that our Sanatan Dharma, it teaches us that the living entity or this human form of life is not free. We are not free in this world. And therefore, this whole cycle of birth and death is called bondage. This whole cycle of birth and death is bondage, and all these things that are happening in our lives, the success we attain, the pleasures we get, the failures we get, all of this is dependent on our previous life karmas. We all have acquired some karma in our life, because of which we get to experience some pain and some pleasure in this life. This is the reality of life. There is no sugarcoating here. This is reality of life. Everybody goes through some pain and pleasure. Even if a person, the son of Ambani, if you know he suffers from some disease, he had to go through certain surgeries. So although a person born in such rich family, which most of us might desire that if only I had such life would have been such easy, right? No. Life is not easy for anyone here in this world. It is not easy for anyone. And this is called bondage in this material world. This is bondage. To get out of this cycle of birth and death is called liberation. Liberation means the Atman, the soul, becomes completely free from body. It does not have to take birth. It does not have to die. And the soul, it is longing for one thing in life. You see, if you analyze Atma, which is present in each and every body, right? From ant to elephant to human being to lion to any body you take, everybody desires to have one thing in life. That is happiness. Do you all agree? Everybody is looking for happiness. And how long do you want to become happy? Okay, maybe some of you might say, morning I want to become happy, afternoon I want to hear some scolding from my boss. Is it like that? No. Evening we want to have some mosquitoes biting us and then we get some disease. No. Everybody wants happiness for 24/7. Do you all agree? This is the nature of soul. This is the nature of Atman. Why are we desiring happiness? Because the nature of Atma is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Please repeat. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means eternal. Sat means the nature of the soul is that it wants to live eternally. Everybody wants to live eternally. Even those who commit suicide, they actually want to live in a better way. They commit suicide so that they feel maybe there will be a better life after this. So they are also looking for happiness. Nobody wants to die, in fact. In true sense, nobody wants to die. This is Sat, because this is the nature of the soul. And Chit means everybody wants knowledge, because knowledgeable person is always happy. And everybody wants 24/7 happiness. This is the nature of the soul. 24/7 for complete year, for whole life, we want to be eternally happy. And that state of happiness is attained when a person attains liberation. This is the principle of Sanatan Dharma. So when we talk about obtaining real success in human form of life, since we had written the Gita's formula for success, so Gita teaches us two things. It teaches us how to live in this world so that we don't get bound, and how to attain the real success of liberation. Do you all understand? See, there are two sections of our life: Dharma, Artha and Kama. Dharma, Artha and Kama deals with life in this world. We all have some desires. We want to fulfill those desires. We all want to earn money. We all want to do some dharma. This is our this life. And moksha deals with going beyond this life. So Gita is such a literature which teaches us how to live in this world and attain success in this world, and how to do work in this world in such a way that we don't get bound again and we attain liberation after this world. Do you all understand this? So, Gita's formula for success is that it teaches us how to live in this world and how to get out of this world. This is Gita's formulas for success. And therefore, you will find Gita does not teach a person to take sannyas. No. Arjuna, who was fighting on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna actually wanted to take sannyas. Do you know that? When Arjuna saw in front of him all his grandfather and many other relatives standing in front of him wanting to fight, Arjuna told Krishna that, Krishna, how am I going to fight with all my grandfathers and all my relatives? How am I going to fight with all of them? It's better I take sannyas and leave this desire for obtaining a kingdom. Krishna told Arjuna, no, Arjuna, you're a fighter. You're a Kshatriya. It is your duty to fight. So, taking sannyas is not taught by Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to live in this world and perform action in this world in such a way that we don't get bound. Do you all understand this? First of all, we understood how we are bound in this world and how our previous karmas are affecting this bondage. And then Gita also teaches us how to get liberated. When we perform actions in such a way that we are not bound, there is no bondage, then we get liberated. After this life, a person will get liberated. So this is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. And this is the real success of this human form of life. After obtaining this human form of life, one should understand how to live in this world and how to get out of this world. These are the two things that Gita teaches. You see, if you carefully analyze, we don't choose our birth. But can our birth happen randomly? Does anything in this world happen randomly? Is this fan running randomly? No. Is this chatai here present randomly? No. Are we all speaking randomly, sitting here randomly? No. Everything has a purpose behind, right? So similarly, the teaching of Bhagavad Gita is, it teaches that everything that is happening in your life is a result of some action in the past. We all have some karmas that are stored with us. It's like, it's like a computer which comes with a hard disk, some memory. So we all carry some memory of our past, memory in the sense of karma. And that karma guides us to the present, and then the present karma guides us to the future. This is the philosophy of Sanatana Dharma. And therefore, in every action, you will find that there are two people performing same action with same endeavor, with same enthusiasm, but the results are different. Have you all seen that? Especially in the fourth year, when we were there in engineering, there used to be some fellows who wouldn't study. So 3-4 years they didn't study. And during the placement, they're getting some high class job. You all have seen that? And then all the students in the class will be like, isko kaise mil gaya? He was good for nothing. How did he get it? You all have realized that? So you see, Gita teaches us that how when we are doing any action and we want to accomplish something, what are the factors that affect the accomplishment of any action? Would you like to know? Everybody wants to accomplish something, get success in this life. So what are the factors that are affecting the accomplishment of action in this life? See, we discussed that. First part, Gita teaches how to live in this world. What is karma? How to perform karma? So we should understand things about karma, and then we should understand what karma we should perform to get liberated. These are the two things that Gita teaches. So here, the verse that we have chosen from Bhagavad Gita, it teaches us that what are the factors that affect the accomplishment of any action. So let's recite one verse from Bhagavad Gita, where where Krishna is saying to Arjuna, what are 5 factors that affect the accomplishment of any action in this world? Okay? So please repeat after me. Adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha prithak vidham vividhascha prithak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. This is Krishna speaking to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, talking about the karma and what are the factors that affect accomplishment of any action. Whatever karma we perform, we want to accomplish something. So what are the factors that affect the accomplishment of any action, which will help us understand how to attain success in this world and then how to get out of this world. The 2 purposes of Bhagavad Gita, right? So here is the translation. Anybody would like to read the translation? Do you have mic? Anybody would like to read translation? Go ahead, don't feel shy. This is Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is speaking, you are not speaking. Nobody is going to catch you after the class. You said 5 factors. Yeah, go ahead, please.
The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds, the endeavor, and ultimately the supreme soul. These are the 5 factors of action.
Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is teaching us what are the 5 factors that affect any accomplishment of action. You see, we all try to do some action to accomplish something. Like, I'll tell you, like people, sometimes people prepare for UPSC exam. Any of you have tried preparing for UPSC exam? Nobody here. Or maybe one person, yeah. Any of you have tried preparing for GATE or IIT? Yeah, some of you. Yeah, some of you have already cleared it also. Yeah. So, there are people who are trying to endeavor to attain something. Endeavor is to prepare, to study. And what is the accomplishment that a person wants? A person wants to crack the exam, get some job, prepare for programming and get another job, right? Even in companies, we do some action to achieve some result. Is that right? So any action is performed, it is performed to get some result. Now, how will a person know whether I will get the result or not? What are the factors in general sense? What do you think? Which are the factors that affect a person's accomplishment? Like, let's say a person who is trying to prepare for UPSC. What will help him achieve his goal of cracking the UPSC exam and become an IS officer? What will help him? What is that? Any points? No points? Endeavor, at least study. Arey bhai, padhega tab to crack karega na. So there is one thing that you can say is that if he studies properly, then he can crack. Right? Do you all agree with this? Now, there are so many people who are studying, and there are so many people who study well. See, there is one thing. There is a difference between studying and studying well. There are people who study. There are people who study well. Those who study well can crack, maybe. But there are many people who study well and still not able to crack. Have you seen such people? Have you seen such people? Can be you. It can be like you might have studied for something, you have put all the endeavor, all that you had, you put everything, all your resources, and still you couldn't get success. Have you ever faced such situation in life? We all have faced such situations in life. You see, therefore, only endeavor is not enough. Do we all agree with this point? Only endeavor is not enough to get accomplishment of any action. Another factor, that 5 factor when Krishna is speaking about, he first says the body, the place of action. This is one factor that determines whether you will achieve success in any endeavor or not. What is the first factor? The place of action. The place of action means the body. You see, a person who is born in New Delhi, giving you one example. A person who is born in New Delhi, near Rajiv Chowk. There is one place in New Delhi, Rajiv Chowk, which is very famous for preparation of UPSC exam. And there the culture itself is like that everybody is preparing for UPSC. It is very natural for him to get all the resources very easily. It is very natural for him, or a person whose father or mother is IS officer, for him to get all the resources and to get inspiration and to get encouragement to prepare for UPSC becomes very easy. Do you all agree with this? So you see, to accomplish an action, endeavor is not enough. The body, the place of birth, the place we are born, the people whom we associate with, all these factors play some role in accomplishment of actions. And therefore you will find when a person attains success in this life, that success comes from many different factors. One cannot say that only because he endeavored very hard, he attained success. No. There were many factors lining up from his very birth, if you carefully analyze. From his very birth, those factors were aligning together, and then he could achieve the accomplishment of any action. This is the first thing that we were talking about. That is body. Do you all agree with this point? A person born at certain place, having some certain resources, meeting certain people, has more chances of accomplishing an action than a person who is deprived of such resources. Right? So this is the first factor. This is called the place of action, the body. Then the second is the performer himself. Even if a person who has all the resources, born in a nice place, has everything with himself, but if the performer himself is not inspired and encouraged to do it, will he ever achieve it? No. Imagine a person who is born in such a place, has all the resources, but his desire is to become something else. His desire is to become a scientist in NASA. So although he has all the resources available with him, because his desire itself is not there, will he achieve any such result? No, he is not going to achieve any such result. So this is the performer. The third is the various senses. The senses means, these are our senses. There are 5 karmendriyas and 5 jnanendriyas. Knowledge acquiring senses and working senses. There are therefore 10 senses. What are knowledge acquiring senses? Eyes, nose, ears, skin, right? The 5. Tongue, the tongue. So these are the 5 knowledge acquiring senses. And there are 5 karmendriyas. So all these senses are also responsible for achieving any action. If the senses are not properly engaged, can one achieve any result? No. If the hands are not properly utilized, if the eyes, nose, ears are not properly utilized, can one achieve it? Can one get some result? No. Anybody who wants to crack some exam, he has to engage his eyes in studying, not watching Facebook and Instagram, right? You cannot achieve that. So the senses are also important. Then he says, and the senses should also be in good condition. A person whose senses are properly fixed up, like a madman whose senses are not in good condition, can he achieve it? Can he crack an exam? No. He is already in deprived state. From the very birth, imagine a person from the very birth who is blind. So he has been taken away from one of his resource. You see? So that also matters when you are trying to accomplish any result of any action. The fourth one is endeavor. Now, Krishna tells that it's not that you have all the resources, you have everything, your senses are working fine. You are also wanting to achieve it. But if you don't endeavor, will you achieve it? No, you cannot achieve. So the action also needs endeavor. If you want to achieve it, you also need endeavor. So out of, and the fifth factor is the super soul. Fifth factor is the Paramatma, who is present in everyone's heart. He is the fifth factor. He gives assurance. He tells you. He gives tick mark that yes, you can achieve it, then you can achieve it. This is the fifth factor. So out of 5 factors, how much percentage of endeavor is responsible for achieving any result in any action? It's 20%, right? Out of 5, 20% only endeavor matters. But there are so many other factors that are responsible in achieving any result in this world. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita teaches us that, you see, endeavor only doesn't matter. Only endeavor doesn't matter in achieving any result. All these 5 factors have to get aligned. And the 5th factor is Paramatma, is the mercy of Lord. After doing all the endeavor, after having all the resources, if you do not have the mercy of Paramatma who is sitting in the heart, one actually cannot get any result. You see, there is a very famous story of the person who built Titanic. The person he was so proud after building the Titanic. He said, "This is a ship which will never sink." And we all know what happened. On the first voyage itself, that ship sank. So you see, a person can be very proud of his resources and endeavors, but if a person does not have the mercy of Sri Krishna, does not have the mercy of God, he cannot achieve the result. And therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna teaches this principle. Arjuna is the best of all warriors. He has all the skills that is needed to fight. He has everything with himself. But he got depressed. And only when he surrendered unto Krishna, surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he achieved the result. He achieved the result of winning the battle of Kurukshetra and getting the kingdom of Kurukshetra. That happened only by the mercy of Sri Krishna. Right? We all agree. So this is how Bhagavad Gita teaches us that in this world, we should first understand that not everything is in our control. To achieve any success in this world, endeavor is just 20%. There are so many factors coming from our previous life that determine whether we will achieve success in this world or not. First thing that Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Do you all agree with this? That not everything is in our control. We do not have any control over our birth, any control over what resources are we going to get. But we have control over our endeavors and our actions. That we can control. This is the first thing that Gita teaches. So we should first understand this. To achieve success in this world, there are many factors that are responsible. 5 main factors. Among these 5 factors, the 5th factor is one of the most important. That is the mercy of Sri Krishna. Mercy of God. It is one of the most important factors. And just as Arjuna, who endeavored so hard, he had all the competence, and just as Arjuna, who surrendered unto Krishna by saying Sarva Dharman, by saying that, "Oh Krishna, I surrendered unto you, and Karishye Vachanam Tava, the way you have instructed me, I will follow your verdict. I will follow your instruction." Therefore, Arjuna attained success in his life. And therefore, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishno. Please repeat. Yatra Yogeshwaro, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. This is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. To attain success in this life and to get out of this life and to attain liberation, one should follow Bhagavad Gita, which says, wherever there is Arjuna and wherever there is Krishna, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra, there, Shri, that means there is opulence. Shrir Vijaya, there is success in life. Dhuvani Tirmatir Mama, there is certainly success in life. There is certainly all kinds of success and all kinds of opulences and Aishwarya one gets in life when a person, wherever there is Arjuna and where there is Krishna. Now it is not just for Arjuna and Krishna. Please understand. When we are talking about Bhagavad Gita is meant for everyone. Wherever there is Arjuna-like devotee, that means a devotee who has surrendered his heart to Krishna, who takes guidance from Krishna. In difficulty, he takes shelter of Sri Krishna and asks him, "Oh Krishna, please tell me what to do at this point of time. Now that I am bewildered, please tell me where should I go? What should I do?" So wherever there is a devotee like that, who surrenders to Krishna, takes shelter of Bhagavad Gita to ask questions, that person, and wherever there is Krishna, that means if you take shelter of Krishna, Krishna will be there with you. So wherever there is a devotee like Krishna, that means all of you who are devotees like Krishna, who have taken up time on Saturday evening to come to listen to Bhagavad Gita, to come to listen to the message of Bhagavad Gita. So anyone who takes shelter of Krishna like Arjuna, and there Krishna is present, at that place, even in this life, you will have success. And after this life, you will not get bound in this world and you will attain liberation. This is the message of Bhagavad Gita. You see, in the Bhagavat Purana, there is a very beautiful story of Dhruva Maharaj. Have you ever heard of Dhruva? A small boy, 5-year-old boy. Have you heard of Prahlada? And now, very famous, no? Nrsimha movie. Prahlada has become very famous. Dhruva is one such boy who wanted to attain great wealth in his life. He has this desire that he wanted to attain great wealth in his life. And he got a guru who is Narad Muni. Narad Muni, initially, Dhruva left his home. He said that I want to attain great wealth in my life. And I want to attain a very big position in my life. A better position than Lord Brahma, who is the creator of this entire world. So Dhruva wanted to attain such a position. He wanted to have a planet of his own. You know, generally, even if you have material desire, what kind of desires we have, you see. Even if you have some desires in our heart, at max we desire, I want to become a manager in my company. Right? Or at max, somebody might desire, if somebody has like lot of desire, he will think about, I want to become CEO of a company. Hardly people will have such thoughts in mind also. All we have is very small fickle desires. I want to have a house, I want to have kid, I want to have a nice wife, I want to have good parents, and I want to live a peaceful life, right? But Dhruva had a very big desire. Imagine a person desiring to become a CEO of a company. Hardly people will desire, you see. Generally we say, भाई पहले अपने आप को देख लो, औकात तो देखो, we want to become a CEO of a company. But Dhruva was a small boy. He was not thinking, will I be able to attain such a position or not? No. 5-year-old boy, he wants to have a planet of his own. Imagine the kind of desire he had. So, we have very small desire. Dhruva had a very big desire. That Dhruva, for 6 months, only for 6 months, for 6 months he chanted one mantra. That mantra which you have heard in that movie. Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the mantra that Dhruva chanted. Only for 6 months, Dhruva continuously chanted this mantra on the order of his guru Narada. Narad Muni told him that if you chant this mantra, Lord Vishnu will directly appear in front of you and he will award all the benediction. And that's what happened. After 6 months, Dhruva, Lord Vishnu appeared in front of Dhruva. Dhruva saw the beautiful form of Lord Vishnu. He fell at the feet of the Lord and he started saying, "My Lord, I desire to attain one planet of my own. I wanted to attain a position greater than that of Brahma. What is this in front of you? Having obtained you, I feel I was looking for broken pieces of glass." This is what Dhruva says. Having obtained you in front of me, who is so beautiful, who is so opulent, and having just by seeing your form, I am feeling so blissful. that I am feeling that the desire that I had, that I wanted to attain a big position, a position greater than that of Brahma, that desire is like broken piece of glass. I wanted to attain broken piece of glass. That's what he says. Kachan vichinvan api divya ratnam swami kritarthosmi varam nayache. You see, when Lord gives, in Hindi there is a saying, dene wala jab bhi deta, deta chhappar phad ke. You see, when the Lord gives, he gives chhappar phad ke. He can give anything. But Dhruva was feeling very unsatisfied. He said, what? In front of the Lord, I was like looking for broken pieces of glass. So this is the nature of the Lord. Sri Krishna is very, very merciful to his devotees. He does not say that leave all your material desire and then come to me. No. He says, whatever you have, however you are, whatever you are, wherever you are situated, just come to me. Surrender unto my lotus feet. Worship me and I will award you everything. I will award all the sukha that you desire in your life. This is the nature of the Lord. And he doesn't see any other qualification. He doesn't see how many sins we have performed. He doesn't see which family we belong to. He doesn't see if we have high class birth. There is a very beautiful verse which speaks about the nature of the Lord. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka kubjaya kimunama roopamadhikam kim tatsudamno dhanam vanshah ko vidurasya yadavapaterugrasya kim paurusham bhaktya tushyati kevalam nacha gunair bhakti priyo madhavah. This is the nature of Lord. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo. What was the age of Dhruva? Dhruva was 5-year-old boy, but he attained the lotus feet of the Lord. He attained, all his desires were fulfilled by the Lord. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo. And there is a story of a Vyadha, a hunter in Mahabharata. That hunter, he used to hunt animals, but somehow or other he was shown mercy by the Lord. Vyadhasya charanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka. There is a story of an elephant named Gajendra. Have you heard of Gajendra? Have you ever seen that picture of Gajendra? That elephant caught by the crocodile? You have seen that? Gajendra was caught by crocodile for thousands of years. And at the end, that Gajendra, he called out to the Lord. He was in that lake. He picked up one flower from that lake. That was one lotus flower. With his trunk, he picked up that flower. He looked up towards Vaikuntha, towards Lord Vishnu, who is in the sky, thinking that may the Lord appear here in the sky. And he called out to the Lord, Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. O Narayana, O Akhila Guru, O Lord of Vaikuntha, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. With that one flower he offered Gajendra, immediately the Lord who was sitting in Vaikuntha, it is said the Lord immediately got up. Who is my devotee? My devotee is calling me. Let me run. The Lord ran to save Gajendra. And when the Lord ran, nobody knew why the Lord is running. So Lakshmi Devi, who is always sitting with the Lord, suddenly the Lord heard the prayers of Gajendra, who was caught by the crocodile. The Lord ran to save Gajendra. Lakshmi Devi thought, what has happened to Vaikuntha-adhipati? Why is he running so quickly? So Lakshmi Devi, he thought, oh my Lord, you have forgotten your chappal. You have forgotten your slippers. And the Lakshmi Devi caught hold of the slippers of the Lord and she started running behind the Lord. That please take away at least your slippers. Now you are going to save Gajendra. This is the nature of the Lord. The Lord was so eager to save Gajendra. Now imagine, the Lord is running to save Gajendra. Lakshmi Devi with the slippers in her hand is running behind the Lord, behind Vaikuntha-adhipati. All the Vaikuntha-vasis, when they saw that Lakshmi Devi is running, they all thought, why is Lakshmi Devi running? And all the servants of the Lord, they all started running behind Lakshmi Devi. Some people saw that the servants are running. So the entire Vaikuntha thought maybe everybody is running, we should also run. They all started running. In this way, the Lord was very eager to save Gajendra. And when he came near Garuda, Garuda told the Lord that, my Lord, now that we have to go to the earthly planet to save Gajendra, I will put some cushion on my back so that you don't feel uncomfortable. The Lord said to Gajendra, to Garuda, that Garuda, don't worry about cushion. There is no time. I have to go and save Gajendra. So he sat on Garuda and very quickly he told Garuda, run now. There is no time left. I have to save my devotee who is calling out my name. Please run. I have to save him. The Lord came to save him. It is said that Garudji, he flies with the speed of mind. Now, what is speed of mind? If you think, just one moment, if you think, close your eyes and think you can reach America or any other country in this entire world. This is the speed with which Garudji flies. So this is the speed with which Garudji was flying, taking Lord Vishnu on his back. And Lord Vishnu was thinking, why is Garuda running so slow? Why is he flying so slow? And when he actually came in front of Gajendra, the Lord thought that this Garuda is very, very slow. He jumped from the back of Garuda and threw his chakra to kill that crocodile to save Gajendra. In this way, the Lord saves his devotees. And in this way, that Lord gave him 400 form to that Gajendra and saved him. So just imagine what qualification Gajendra had. Gajendra was in a body of an elephant. And somehow or other, he chanted the names of Lord Narayana. That's all. Those 4-lettered names saved Gajendra. Immediately the Lord came in front and saved Gajendra. Vyadhasya acharanam dhruvasya chavayo vidya gajendrasya ka kubjaya kimu nama rupam adhikam kim tat sudamno dhanam. Kubja. There is one story of a Kubja, hunchback lady in Mathura. Have you anyone who have heard of Kubja? What beauty Kubja had? Was she beautiful? No. Kimu nama rupam adhikam kim tat sudamno dhanam. And what wealth Sudama had? Sudama was a poor Brahmana. But how much Krishna, the kind of mercy Krishna showed towards Sudama, we all have heard the story of Sudama. Kim tat sudamno dhanam vanshah ko vidurasya. And Vidura, who was born in Shudra family, was he having any high class birth? But he was a great devotee of Lord. It is said when Krishna visited Kurukshetra, he went, Duryodhana had arranged lot of prasadam for Krishna to eat. He had done very beautiful arrangement for Krishna. This is how Duryodhana arranged everything for Krishna. But did Krishna eat anything in Duryodhana's house? Duryodhana ko bhog na khayo, रूखो साग विदुर घर खायो, ऐसे प्रेम पुजारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम. This is the nature of Lord. So he did not eat the food that Duryodhana wanted to give. And he went to the house of Vidura and he ate the peels that were, banana peels that were offered by Vidurani. So Vanshah ko Vidurasya Yadava Pater Ugrasya Kim Paurusham. Therefore the devotee says that Bhaktya Tushyati Kevalam Nacha Gunair Bhakti Priyo Madhavah. The Lord is pleased only by Bhakti. Only by Bhakti Krishna is pleased. Nacha Gunair. He is not pleased by any material qualification. And therefore in front of the Lord, in front of Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, everybody is equal. There is no difference whether you are coming from which family, how much sins you have performed, how much pious activities you have done. Nothing matters for him. The only thing that matters to him is how much bhakti you have in the heart. Do you come and tell the Lord that, my Lord, I have this problem in my heart. This is one of the process of bhakti that Sri Rupa Goswami teaches. It is called Vigyapti. Just as you have a friend and you talk to your friend, converse with your friend, in the same way you can actually converse with Krishna. You can come here every day while you're going to office, you have time. Come here every day and tell him that this is the problem that I have. I do not have any control over it, because we saw that there are so many things that are controlling our lives. This is the problem that I have. I am your devotee, O Krishna. I consider you to be my friend, because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, I am the most dear friend of all living entity. Suhridam sarva bhutanam. And he is present in everyone's heart. So you can come here. If you cannot see Krishna in the heart, it's very difficult to see Krishna in the heart, right? No. Generally, when we are alone, we see Instagram and Facebook. We cannot see that, oh, Krishna is also sitting in my heart. But at least when you come to the temple, you can actually see him. He's present in his deity form. He's present here. He can make himself present. He's very powerful. You know, there is a very beautiful story of Kanakadas. Do we have 5 more minutes? Yeah. There is one devotee called Kanakadas who is present in Udupi. Anyone of you from here, from Karnataka here? One person. What's your name, Prabhu? Abhishek is from Karnataka. Anybody else from Karnataka? Anybody who has gone to Udupi temple here? Few of you have gone to Udupi temple. In Udupi temple, do you know from where do you take darshan of Lord Udupi Krishna? From the back side. Back side there is a window. What is that window called? Kanakera Khidki. Kindi. Okay, there is one window which is at the back side of the temple. It's called Kanakera Khidki. Why it is called Kanakera Khidki, you know? Kanak Das was a devotee of Krishna. His guru was Vyasa Tirtha. One time his guru called all the devotees, all his disciples together, and he wanted to see who is going to be my successor. His guru, whose name is Vyasa Tirtha, wanted to see who will be my successor. He told everyone, he gave one apple to all these people, all his disciples, and told them that wherever you find a solitary place where there is no one, then you eat this apple and then come back to me. So all these disciples, they got this apple. Somebody went to the forest, somebody went behind some doors, closed the doors. Somebody went to the mountains, somebody went at riverside, and they found that nobody was seeing them and they ate the apple. Everybody after one day came back to the guru saying that we all finished it, nobody saw us, and I am very, very sure that nobody saw us. The guru asked all the disciples that, okay, you ate? So he said, yes, I ate. I also ate the apple. But Kanak Das was having the apple with himself. He asked Kanak Das that, oh Kanak Das, why did you not eat the apple? Kanak Das said to his guru that actually wherever I went, I was seeing Krishna. Wherever I went, I found that Krishna is already present in my heart. So I was trying to find a solitary place where I can eat this apple where nobody is seeing me. But every time I wanted to eat, I saw that Krishna is seeing me. And therefore I could not eat the apple. Such faith Kanak Das had. And the guru became so pleased with this disciple that he told all the disciples that he is going to be my successor. Kanak Das is going to be my successor. He is my real disciple and he has acquired the essence of the entire Vedas. Such was the character of Kanak Das. All the disciples of Vyasa Tirtha were born in big Brahmin family. They were big Brahmanas, learned in the Vedas. They all started protesting. They all started saying that how can this Kanak Das, who is not even born in a Brahmin family, who is not having a very high class birth, how can he become your successor? He cannot become your successor. This is what they all started protesting. Then the guru said to all the disciples that, you see, this Kanak Das has understood the essence of Vedas. And I am going to ask few questions from Kanak Das and you will realize how he has understood the essence of the Vedas. He said to Kanak Das, oh Kanak Das, please come in front. All the disciples, big Chaturvedis, everyone was standing in front of them. Kanak Das was brought in front. The Guru started asking Kanak Das that, oh Kanak Das, please tell me whether this Vivekananda Acharya, disciple of mine, will he go back to Vaikuntha? The Guru asked Kanak Das about another his disciple. Kanak Das folded his hands in front of his Guru and he said to his Guru that, my dear Vyasa Tirtha, Vivekananda Acharya is learned in the 4 Vedas. He can recite the Vedic mantras very well. He knows the Vedic meter very well. But the Lord of Vaikuntha is in no need of Chaturvedis in Vaikuntha. He does not need Chaturvedis in Vaikuntha. And therefore, although he is very learned and very advanced, much more advanced than me, but this Vivekananda Acharya will not go to Vaikuntha. As soon as Vivekananda Acharya heard this coming from Kanak Das, who was born in such low family, his heart shattered. He said, what? This fellow is going to judge whether I am going to Vaikuntha or not? The Vyasa Tirtha, the Guru, told the disciple, please stop. Don't become so much angry. And very good. Kanak Das was brought in front. The Guru said, fine, Kanak Das, you say that Vivekananda Acharya is not going to Vaikuntha. He said, okay, now tell me whether this Anantananda Acharya, whether he will go to Vaikuntha. Kanak Das told that, my dear Guru Vyasa Tirtha, this Anantananda Acharya is very expert in doing yajnas. He is very expert in following the rules of the scriptures. But he says, the Lord of Vaikuntha does not want a person who is very expert in yajna. There is no need of a person who performs yajna in Vaikuntha. So therefore, although he is very perfect in chanting the mantras, in doing yajnas and sacrifices, he is also not going to Vaikuntha. And one by one, each and every disciple were brought in front. Kanak Das rejected everyone. He said, this is not going to Vaikuntha. The Lord does not need this. The Lord does not need this. One person came, he was very wealthy. He said the Lord is in no need of Lakshmi. He is Lakshmipati himself. He does not need a person who has lot of Lakshmi. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai. Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. So in this way, Kanak Das rejected everyone. All the disciples of Vyasa Tirtha were rejected by Kanak Das, saying that the Lord does not need any material qualification from anyone. At the end, all the disciples were furious. At the end, Sri Vyasa Tirtha, the Guru of Kanak Das, he asked Kanak Das that, oh Kanak Das, can you please tell me whether I will go to Vaikuntha? Kanak Das, as soon as the question was asked, Kanak Das fell at the lotus feet of his Guru. He started saying to his Guru that, my dear spiritual master, you are the spiritual master of this entire universe. You have done so much bhakti to the Lord. You have delivered so many people in this world. But in answer to this particular question, even you will not go to Vaikuntha. As soon as Kanak Das said it, the disciples got enraged. They became furious. They wanting to hit Kanak Das. He said, this fellow is a low caste born. He's not even born in a big Brahmin family, and he's giving judgments about us, and he's giving judgments about our Guru. Who is he to judge him? Everybody started becoming furious. Vyasa Tirtha stopped everyone, said, don't worry. Then Vyasa Tirtha called Kanak Das. He said, Kanak Das, very well. Can you please tell me, I am going to ask you one last question, O Kanak Das. Will you please tell me whether you will go to Vaikuntha? The Guru asked him this question. Kanak Das very humbly fell at the feet of his Guru and started telling, then my dear spiritual master, who am I? I am lowest of all men. I do not have any bhakti. I do not know the Vedas. I cannot chant the mantras. I do not know how to do the stutis. I have no qualification. But in answer to your this particular question, Kanak Das says, if I will go, then I will go to Vaikuntha. The disciples again became enraged. All of them started shouting, how, look at the adamancy of this fellow. Look at how proud he is that he says that the Guru cannot go to Vaikuntha and I will go to Vaikuntha. Look at how proud he is. At that time, Sri Vyasa Tirtha stopped all the disciples and he said to all his disciples that what Kanak Das has actually spoken now is the essence of the entire Vedic scripture. Who is actually qualified to go to Vaikuntha? Kanak Das says, if I will go, then I will go to Vaikuntha. That I is called Ahankar. This is what Kanak Das said. Kanak Das said that if Ahankar will go, then a person can actually attain Vaikuntha. What is that Ahankar? That Ahankar is the identification of oneself with this body. As we were discussing in the beginning, Krishna tells us how to live in this world and perform karma in this world so that we don't get bound. And the second aspect is how to get liberated. How do we get liberated from this world and go to Vaikuntha in eternal service of Vaikuntadipati and become eternally blissful? We don't have to go through birth, death, old age and disease. That solution here Kanak Das gives, that only when the Ahankar is removed from the person. That Ahankar means that when we think that I am this body, I am this, I am that. I am a software engineer, I am an Infosys engineer. All this is part of Ahankar. The real ego, this is called false ego in English. What is real Ahankar? How this Ahankar goes away? When we start thinking that I am a servant of Sri Vishnu. Just as you would have seen that movie of Nrsingadev, the way Prahlada is identifying himself completely with Lord Vishnu. He is identifying that I am a devotee of Vishnu. Although he is born to his father Hiranyakashipu, but he is identifying himself completely as devotee of Vishnu. This is called purification of ego. When the ego gets purified and we start identifying that actually I am no one, I am a spirit soul, I am an Atma who is directly connected to Paramatma eternally. This is called purification of ego. And this is what Kanak Das teaches us. So, therefore, when the Guru had asked that whether I will go to Vaikuntha, the Guru was not actually talking about himself. He was talking about whether Ahankar will go to Vaikuntha. And therefore, Kanak Das has replied that actually I doesn't go to Vaikuntha. The Ahankar doesn't go to Vaikuntha. Only when the Ahankar is purified, the false ego is purified. And similarly, we all have to work towards it. In our lives, when we come in front of the Lordship, we come in front of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and when we start identifying that, oh Krishna, oh Sri Vishnu, here, above we have Vishnu, here we have Jagannath. Anywhere you go and you start identifying, you say to the Lord that I am your servant and you are my master. I surrender unto you. In this way, when the Ahankar is purified, then a person goes to Vaikuntha. This is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. That Kanak Das, when he graduated from his college and he went to take darshan of Udupi Krishna for the first time, there also he faced a lot of criticism. Because he was born in low family, he was not allowed to enter the temple. And at that time, Kanak Das was crying tears in separation from Krishna. Udupi Krishna, that, oh Udupi Krishna, I want to have your darshan. When will I have your darshan? When will you show me your form? Now I cannot even, I'm so lowly. I'm born in low class family. I cannot go inside the temple and take darshan. The Pandits were not allowing Kanak Das to go inside the temple. At that time, because of intense devotion of Kanak Das, Udupi Krishna temple, the deity in that temple turned up towards the back side of the temple, because Kanak Das was thrown towards the back side and he was being beaten with sticks by the Pandits because he was lowborn and he was wanting to enter the temple. At that time, the Lord, who was seeing Kanak Das while being beaten up, he turned towards Kanak Das, and a wall in front of the temple broke apart and Lord gave darshan to Kanak Das. In this way, Kanak Das shows that how the Lord only values devotion in the heart. He does not see which family we are coming from, what background we have, where we are working, what we have done previously. Nothing. The Lord does not see anything. He only sees the desire in the heart of a devotee, that how much this devotee connects with me. Is he like Arjuna? If we become like Arjuna, then we will have success in this life, and then after this life we'll achieve liberation, the success of this human form of life, and achieve liberation and go back in the service of Vaikuntha-adhipati Shri Krishna. This is the entire essence of the Bhagavad Gita. So, to summarize it, we discussed the real purpose of this human form of life is to attain liberation. Bhagavad Gita teaches how to attain success in this human form of life. First is by following the Bhagavad Gita, by following the instructions Krishna has given in the Bhagavad Gita and performing karmas in this world, we attain success in this world, and then the ultimate success of liberation is also achieved by following Bhagavad Gita. This is the real success of human form of life. We discussed that, right? We also discussed how between this bondage and liberation, there is one thing that binds us. What is that one thing? That is ahankar, that is ego. This is what binds us. The ahankar keeps us bound to this material world. When we purify this ahankar and we start realizing that we are all servants of Krishna, we are all servants of God, and in this way, when we surrender unto his lotus feet, we will achieve liberation. We all discussed that. So, and in this way, we saw the example of Kanak Das, and we also saw how the Lord only values devotion in the heart of a person. We saw how material qualifications are not seen. It's not like if you have lots of money, you are very beautiful, the Lord is going to give you a lot of attention. No. The Lord only gives attention to those devotees who have bhavam towards him, who have some attraction towards him. So we are very fortunate that we are here all working in Infosys. There are so many people who are working in Infosys coming here, and we have a temple nearby. Every time before you go and start your work, you remember Krishna. While you come back, you again come to the temple, just offer one obeisance. How much time does it take to offer one obeisance, to get down and do a pranama to the Lord Vishnu? How much time does it take? Maybe 1 minute. So while you are passing by, every day all of us should come at least once or twice to the temple, offer our respects to the Lord, and show our devotion, show our surrender that, oh Krishna, I am yours and you are mine. In this way, the Lord will save us from all difficulties in life. He will give us success in this life, and he will give us liberation after this. This is the entire essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Shri Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Wo. We have some announcements. So these programs are happening regularly. I would say please take advantage of these programs. These are all wonderful devotees who are trying to help. Now, what do we gain out of it? If you really see, what do we actually gain? We don't gain anything. But there is one gain that we have. We gain when we bring many people towards the lotus feet of Lord, the Lord becomes very happy. Krishna becomes very happy. That, oh, here is a person who is trying to surrender himself and he's also trying to bring others. So you all also, when you go back home, go to your offices, tell your colleagues, tell your friends, why don't you come? There is a wonderful program that is happening in this temple. We'll go and sit down and hear something about Bhagavad Gita. So when you bring that, that is the one advantage that we have. The Lord sees that, oh, this person is helping others also. So in this way, this is the only advantage that we have, that we arrange these programs for all of you. So please take advantage of these devotees. Hare Krishna.